All right, get a pen and paper. Most common things that I see in my chickens are coccidia, lice, mite, and internal parasites. Coccidia is something we see in young chicks. Internal parasites, so like intestinal parasites, lice and mites, we can see at any age. Typically we see them in birds a little bit older. Corid treats coccidia. Ivermectin poron treats lice, mites, and internal parasites. Elector PSP treats lice and mites, and also the premises for lice and mites. I'm sure that I have videos about all of these things individually in my chicken health playlist. Things like sour crop and vent gleat are pretty common, not really as common. I've maybe dealt with sour crop and vent gleat 1 to 2 times in the last like 4 years. Usually they're contracted through some sort of bacteria, mold spores, mold in the food and the environment, and usually there's some kind of secondary cause that would be a good idea to identify in addition to treatment. Both of those things are caused by a bacteria that's similar to the bacteria that causes yeast infections in women, and for that reason a monostat 7 is a reasonable treatment. Again, that's something to do some more research on, but that is the medication I have on hand. When it comes to wound care, iodine is the solution that we want to use to clean wounds. We want to water it down to a solution that's something that looks something like a sweet tea color. Hydrogen peroxide is really great, I know, but it also can kill healthy skin cells. So for that reason, the iodine is just a more desirable sterilizing agent for wound care. Vetericyn is a miracle product. I have seen some really nasty wounds on chickens that I have cleaned with iodine and just sprayed Vetericyn on, and they healed up beautifully. Oxine is not a medicine, but it is a sterilizing agent to clean up the coop. It is an excellent source to clean your feeders, your waters, around the coop, maybe after there's been a viral infection or any kind of sickness, to clean up that sickness. It works better than bleach in our chicken coops. We'll also hear about egg-bound hens, chickens with bumblefoot. Bumblefoot is also caused by staph bacteria in the soil. Sometimes what happens is when chickens get like microabrasions on their feet, the bacteria infects the foot, and that's when we see bumblefoot. It's also more prone in chickens who are like overweight or receiving too much protein in their diet. But the treatment for bumblefoot is to get it out. When dealing with bumblefoot, you always want to make sure that you're wearing gloves. Some Epsom salt. You want to soak the foot in Epsom salt. It's good if you can catch it early, and you want to soak the foot and peel that canker out. Often it's a good idea to pack the wound with like a Neosporin with no pain relief in it, or like a Manuka honey gel or a colloidal silver gel is good to pack the wound with and wrap the foot so that it doesn't get reinfected and it doesn't reinfect the other chickens. Epsom salt is good for egg-bound hens. Can I tell you, I have never once dealt with an egg-bound hen though. I also keep some kind of multivitamin on hand, usually for use in chicks, sometimes with silkies, when I have dealt with things like wryneck or vitamin deficiencies. Poultry cell is a good one, but also I really like to use polyvisol, which is actually an infant vitamin. I use the one without iron, and typically wryneck, those kinds of vitamin deficiencies are caused by selenium or vitamin E deficiency, so I also have a secondary supplement that's selenium with vitamin E in it. Really, outside of those things, clean fresh water, clean feeders, sunlight, access to dust baths, a good quality feed, adequate space, fresh air, these are all things that are really going to benefit our flocks. And they don't cost anything. Ultimately, I am an advocate for building the immune system of our birds and for breeding stock that is healthy, vigorous, and disease resistant.